somebody commented on one of my videos that they want more of this what if, and I tested them back that more was coming out in 2 hours, and it's been 1 hour since then, since I commented back, I think, or like 40 minutes, somewhere around that, and I decided, let me just make this video early, and I'll put it in like private, and then I will let another like probably 30 minutes come out. So it's exactly as soon as it's 2 minutes from this comment, it will be out. This is just my first pre-recording, so it's going to be like a regular video. This all I have to do is click prep link. I might start doing more pre-recordings on one of my series. I might do like this, a pre-recorded series, and have that go out every day. I'm thinking about doing it to what if the who was kidnapped, just like upload like every part to it, and just to have it pre-recorded to come out every day. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, where we left off, Deku was in the air and the zero pointer comes out. He was about to just turn around because he's like, I don't like fighting it. So he's about to turn around, but he hears a loud scream saying, ow. I really need to learn how to edit so I can edit in these, like, that, like, ouch. Wait. Yeah, I'll start learning how to edit pretty soon. And what if Deku was no, what if Deku had a sword quirk? I'm going to try to edit a little bit because I'm going to download this editing app on my mom's phone, and I'm going to try to edit, but it's not going to be too much because it's just like a phone editing app. But when I buy a computer, which I'm most likely going to, my mom said I'm getting $100 for my birthday, so I'm most likely just going to save that and try to buy a computer eventually. Like, I'm probably just gonna save that and buy a computer when I can. Because I'm pretty sure the cheapest computer is like $250. So if I just get that $100 and then wait like a couple, like 3 months later, she'll probably buy me one since this I have half of it. So I'll most likely have a like little computer, nothing too expensive to edit on, and upload my videos pretty soon, hopefully, because I want to get better content out for you guys. And that is just the update about editing, and I wanted to keep you all posted on that. And with that, let's get into this fighting scene. So Deku hears ouch, so he real quick turns around and he starts like scanning the whole area, and then he sees Uraraka. So with like all his strength, he pulls, not all of it, but like since he's far away and in the sky, it was easy for him to lift up the zero pointers because he was like flying down, and like, I mean, not the zero pointers, just 3 and 2 pointers and 1 pointers, because he was flying all the way down, then lifting them up as he goes up in the air. But he's up in the air right now, and he can't go down because if he goes down, the zero pointer is going to see him, and he knows this. So he got to do this while he's in the air. So with all his strength, well, not all of it, but you know, with some strength, he pushes up the Revel, and then he he starts dragging Uraraka out and lifting her up in the air, and then he ends up barely grabbing her in time before the robot steps on them. He pits her on a roof of one of the buildings, and he rushes straight out the robot, and he says, I'm going to give him an upgrade version of Bakio's OP shot. So he pits one palm, he pits like one palm flat, and he makes a circle, and then he says bullet explosion shot. Is basically what he did is he made a fire. He made like a fire, and it was just like a needle, and when the needle hit the robot, it exploded, and then it didn't make too big of a dent, but it cracked some of the robot's stuff, and he said, okay, so that did damage. So he basically just did it over and over again, and then eventually like started to crumble down and down and down. And by the time he was done, he was exhausted. All he could manage to do was like barely fly. Like by barely fly, I mean like he was dropping and then going like, and then he was staying there, dropping, staying there, dropping, staying there, and he did that until he got safely down to the ground, and he passed out. He passed out from exhausted weight on his body because he did that. What that does is what he did, so like nothing like, so none of the buildings get broken or stuff like that, and so nobody else gets hurt. What he did is every time a piece fell off, he would lift it up and like scoot it down and put it down safely on the floor. And that did get him a little bit of more hero points because that's what a regular hero would do to make sure nobody gets hurt, basically. So let's say he got 68 hero points and he only had, let's say, 13 points. 60, I said 65, right? Yeah, let's say that he had 65 hero points and he had 13. So that's 78. He had 78 in total. I'll say Bakugo only had 79. 1 point. Wait, no. Yeah, 70. Sorry. Hold up. I want to see what that was. Oh, never mind. This is my brother. Anyway, he does that, and then he gets into UA after waiting a few weeks, learning a little bit more boxing techniques. And let me look up boxing again so I can get another technique, because I literally don't know nothing about boxing. So every time I want to look up a technique, I have to go here and find one. Let me see. I'm trying to find something that looks good. Yeah, let's go to this one. Got a bold line, got a call, gotta get my draw. Alright. So he basically learned, dang it, I literally distracted my camera. So he basically learned how to do that. Oh, and he's in his training phase right now. In part 3, he's going to have his force real match, and I would I would learn how to edit and just edit a fight, but I most likely will do a gotcha for that fight, just because it seems more interesting if I do that. But I most likely won't, and just put up a video and then tell you what Deku looks like, why he's like, hold up, I think my brother tested miss. Oh, FaceTime. Whatever. So he learned how to do that over the 2 weeks, and let's just skip Aizawa's ball throw. I know most people, I don't know if people actually like that scene, but let's say that everything went down to canon except Deku got 3 places higher than what he got in canon. Because I want to get to where All Might comes in and him and Bakugo fight. So Deku automatically tells everybody in the classroom when All Might walks in that he automatically says, I'm not using my quirk against y'all. Y'all can use your quirk against me, but I'm not using my quirk. So they all kind of laugh at him and say, why are you going to a school where quirks matter if you're not even going to use your quirk? Like they say that in their head. But Todoroki kind of has his guard up because he's like, Deku, he's like, this kid must think he's strong if he's not going to use his quirk against us. So he goes and this is the person on his team. This is I want Todoroki and him to be friends sooner than they did in canon. So he actually gets paired up with Todoroki, and the team against them is Bakugo and who's somebody that is Uraraka. Yeah, no, because I think Deku would hold back on her. Mm. Oh, what's his name? Kirishima. Bakugo and Kirishima get teamed up. So, Todoroki automatically goes to freeze the floor, and when he does that, Deku just grabs his hand and starts melting it, saying, "Nope, I told you I'm not using my quirk. I'm not using no quirks, and since you're on my team, you're not using a quirk either." Bakugo automatically starts rushing down the hall and saying this like he's screaming out loud, "Dumb nerd! You think you don't have to use my quirk against me?" And Deku says, he screams out loud, "I know I don't have to." And when Bakugo runs into him, Deku automatically Bakugo reaches out his hand to slow Deku, but Deku hits I'm trying to find a good area. The middle, not the middle of his arm, but the middle between his shoulder and his arm, that crease right there between halfway, yeah, halfway. He hits that, and that makes Bakugo's hand go up. Then when Bakugo's hand goes up, he hits that again. You can tell I don't know nothing about boxing because I'm pretty sure that's not even how you box. Anyway, he does that. And then when he does that, he hits Bakugo in the face, and you can see the impact from the force of his punch, because Bakugo's face starts going inwards, and spit is flying from his mouth. This is also an 18 plus scene, by the way, because I don't want to get flagged again. Don't know why I got flagged, but now, yep, this is an 18 plus scene. And then he uppercuts him, and when he uppercuts him, he kind of didn't hold back, because I forgot to mention Bakugo did pick on him for having his quirk just a little bit, because Deku didn't know how to use Bakugo's quirk at first, and so and Deku would explode his papers and explode the edges of his desk on accident when he first learned Bakugo's quirk. So that made Bakugo pick on him, and that's why Deku still has the nickname Deku, because Bakugo called him useless, even though he could copy quirks, it looks like. And the way that Deku, I forgot to mention the way that Deku flies. Know that one kid, one of Bakugo's goons that had the wing quirk, he basically has that quirk, but instead of those little ugly wings that was super small and didn't make sense, how I remember them, they were super small and it didn't make sense how he was flying. So just imagine super big jet black wings on Deku's back. Oh, and he can also shoot those Hawk's ability, but they don't get hard. They just are I'll explain that later because it's going to be useful later. Anyway, so he does that to Bakugo, and when he uppercuts Bakugo, blood comes out of Bakugo's mouth, and Deku says, Deku starts making that my bad face, and he just at that point he just ties up Bakugo, and it's he bows and says sorry, and he runs in to find Kirishima Harden just sitting there, walking around the bomb saying, why did why did he leave me, that's not cool, bro, come on, oh my god. And then Deku automatically rushes in for a punch. Then Kirishima barely, this in time, hardens himself. And Deku's like, ooh, so you have a hardening quirk. He's like, let me copy that real quick. So Deku's kind of holding back, so he has enough time to copy it. He's literally just blocking. And when he has enough time, like after he copies, he's like done, copied. When he doesn't say copied, he just says analyzed. Oh, literally didn't even have enough time to finish that fight. He just says analyzed, and he hardened his skin, and I'm going to have to leave it there. Wow. I literally wanted to finish this fight, but yeah, my phone's about to die anyway. Okay, goodbye, shoutouts. Don't forget to stop, leave a like, and comment.